one station that brings you everything happening in Brisbane.
Today, in Australia, a unique experiment is about to unfold.
There you go. Have a great day.
A school swap that brings together 12 students and families from very different cultures and religions, with strong opinions about each other.
I think Muslims are closed with their views or even information.
A typical Aussie is like a bogan who wears thongs and an alcoholic.
I've only met one Aussie in my whole life, and that was my neighbour. And I said hello to him once.
Australia likes to think that we are a multicultural melting pot, but the problem is we all live in our silos, and that leads to stereotypes.
People think they're very rude and just a bit scary.
I want to be seen as me and not my hijab, not scary terrorist or something like that.
Over one school term, the students and families will confront their differences as they take a deep dive into each other's schools.
When the guy came out with that stick, it was very scary, like he was going to do some spells.
You really are racist.
Home lives.
The only thing I am nervous about is maybe there might be judgment around the fact that Joe and I aren't married.
And values.
And on
I can't shake hands.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Nice to meet you.
Can they get past the things that divide them?
Is that a burqa or is it?
No, it's a niqab.
50% of the kids are like, not gay, but like they have different like, what do you call that? Sexualities.
The man behind the experiment is Ali Kadri of the Islamic College of Brisbane.
I can assure you that there is no danger to any child.
And he knows he's taking a big risk.
ICB's Donald Trump is Mr. Ali Kadri.
A lot of the students are very sheltered and their parents don't like them to leave their home or the community environment.
We are bringing kids into something which is highly experimental. Their communities have taught them values which at some point are going to be polar opposite of each other. And that could lead to conflict.
You do what you want to do, it's fine, I'll do me.
My fear is instead of building bridges, they'll end up blowing them.
One of the fastest growing schools in Australia is ICB, the Islamic College of Brisbane, providing students from more than 50 different cultures with a faith-based education, from primary school all the way to Year 12. Combining academic study with religious observance, the school is also a safe place, away from intolerance.
Our parents send their children to our school because they want them to be in an environment which is Islamic, where they're not exposed to Islamophobia and racism.
But the school's new CEO, Ali Kadri, is determined to break down barriers beyond the school gate.
Thank you, Ali. No, welcome, Ali. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, everyone.
And he's called together his teachers to address this.
Now, this morning was talking to Nadia. You all know Nadia Saeed. She was one of the very well-known students here and alumni of this school. And she said, you know, when I left ICB, I kind of struggled to participate and work with people who were not Muslims in university. So, because I was in the cocoon of an Islamic school.
To help tackle the challenges his students might face, Ali wants to trial an experimental school swap.
So I want a kid from a Catholic school and a state school to have a genuine experience of what it is like to be at an Islamic school. And vice versa. I want our kids to go out into a Catholic school or a state school and then get an experience of what the world outside ICB looks like.
But not all of his teachers think it's a good idea.
I am thinking that perhaps it might be a superficial experience and I'm worried about how deep it will go. A lot of the students are very sheltered and their parents don't like them to leave their home or the community environment.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Perhaps it might even end up having some negative results.
It's taken 12 months of persuasion, but Ali has finally found 6 ICB families willing to take part in his experiment.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you very much for coming.
Everyone's a little uneasy about what to expect.
Networking because she's gonna meet people she never met before, maybe. The people who have different belief.
People who drink, maybe.
This is a big thing for our school. This is a big thing for our community, and obviously this is a huge thing for the kids who are participating in this, and inshallah this will bring a long-term change.
Over one school term, Ali will pair his ICB students with students from 3 very different Brisbane schools. All are a long way from ICB in Brisbane's more multicultural south, north of the river.
Crossing the river means coming to a complete different world. Different in colour, different in culture, different in values.
Ali's enlisted 2 students from Catholic Boys' School, Padua College, 2 from Mount Alvernia, its Catholic sister school, and 2 students from government-run Ferny Grove State High School.
So this experiment, it's about building communities, educating our future generations. There will be differences, but I don't think there is any issue being different. The issue is when you dislike somebody for being different. And I think that's something...
I think the school swap will be a success if people who participate in it can even slightly change their opinions or overcome their personal biases.
It's day 1 of the experiment.
My name is Sonia. I am 15 years old. I'm in grade 10 and I go to Ferny Grove State High School. My family is my sister, my 2 parents, and my ugly dog.
Sonia, she's vivacious, energetic. She can be anxious. She can be a stress head.
I feel that there is a lot of pressure, not only to do well in school, maintain a social life, but also there's a lot of pressure to help make a difference.
We just live in the burbs. We don't have any Muslim friends. We are completely not religious. It's just not our thing. Yeah, we barely even do Christmas, really.
The things that Muslims believe in aren't things that I believe in.
What is that? Makeup?
I do know in history, Muslim women have been treated lesser than Muslim men. Women still can't go to school or they can't drive, and one of my main concerns is that I will experience sexism or some of that stereotypical culture.
Good morning, Sonia.
Good morning.
Excited?
I am.
Welcome. Welcome to ICB.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Like Sonia, Bryn is also from the co-ed secular Ferny Grove State High School.
Bryn, excited? Nervous?
I think the main stereotypes about Muslims is that they wear turbans and they cover their face and they try to be all secretive and they never shave their beard and they're terrorists.
Love you, Dad. You have a great day.
Mate, love you too.
How are you?
Isaac's from the Catholic all-boys school, Padua College.
If I were to date a Muslim, I think that they'd have a different personality to the average person because in my eyes, a Muslim is more dedicated.
Jack is from Padua College as well.
Welcome. Welcome to Islamic College of Brisbane. Excited?
Yeah.
Ah, great.
It's awesome.
I think they're quiet. They're quiet people and like they're very shy.
Also participating in the experiment is Eliza from the Catholic all-girls school, Mount Alvernia.
Have a good day.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, Eliza? Good morning. Welcome to ICB. Thank you so much for dropping it off.
Thank you for having her.
Thank you.
I think Muslims may be very reserved and modest in the way they dress, act, and even speak.
And with Martina, also from Mount Alvernia.
Welcome. Welcome to Islamic College of Brisbane.
That makes 6.
I know people think they're very hard and not very nice people, and they think they're very rude and just a bit scary. I've heard people say that, oh, be careful, they will kill you.
Kids, please, come on out. This area here, we call it Karawatha Green. So one sport we are quite big at the school is futsal. A few of our teams have won Australasian Championship as well, mostly girls.
That's so cool.
So girls do better than the boys.
As Ali takes the visitors on a tour of the school, the 6 ICB students taking part in the school swap gather in a dedicated homeroom.
Good morning, guys.
Under the supervision of PE teacher Mrs.
Have a
Ahmed.
seat. It's nice and warm this morning.
From Year 9, the students are Yasin, Rania, Sharif, Amna, Ahmed, and from Year 10, Layla. None of them have any non-Muslim friends.
That's going to be awkward. Like, how are we going to speak to them?
Like they're normal people, because they're teenagers. Are we ready for this? Yeah? Cool.
The ICB students don't know what to expect from their visitors, but they do have ideas about stereotypical Aussies.
Lanky, probably vapes.
They walk around in bare feet in like Woolworths or something.
Dumb, I guess. No offense, but that's just how it is.
A typical Aussie is probably like a bogan who wears thongs and an alcoholic.
Thongs, beach, sunnies, good day, mate. Just a white person, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you nervous? Why are you nervous, bro? Why are you nervous? I'm not nervous.
Okay, guys, we're ready. They're going to be coming soon.
This is going to be a homeroom. That's where your buddies are. So this is what we call the hub.
Yo!
Not a prayer area, but just out of respect and to keep it clean, we take our shoes outside, okay? Please come.
Oh my God, I can actually see them. They look so white. White.
Okay.
Okay, so just be yourselves.
Guys and girls, you guys ready?
Yes.
Ready? Okay.
Yes.
Come on in.
Oh, she's so pretty.
So your buddies? That's all right, you can greet.
Hi.
So, please, the girls, if you want to take the seat next to the girls. Boys, if you want to go up there.
To the top.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Rania.
Rania, I'm Sonia.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
How old are you?
Are you turning 15 this year? Yeah. Me too.
All right, so we are ready. And the first and most important thing, which I want you to keep in mind, that during this experiment, you're going to see things which are going to be different, things which you perhaps don't agree with or not used to. But the purpose of being here is to observe and get to know each other and not to judge. So that's number one. Number two is that at Islamic College of Brisbane, there are certain rules around modesty because it's derived from our faith, yes? So we dress modestly, we talk modestly, we try our best to, control our desires. The rule book was quite outdated in the past. We said no girl-boy interaction, but it's a co-ed school, and you have to interact. How are you going to do your assessments if you don't interact with each other, correct? So we do allow interaction, but obviously girls and boys are not allowed to be alone in an isolated place without adult supervision.
So, who will be buddies for the duration of the experiment?
Now, drum rolls. Okay. Amna and Martin, okay? So you guys are paired up. Sharif and Jack. Okay. So you guys know the answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Layla and Eliza. We got Ahmed and Isaac. That's
What's your name again?
Ahmed.
Abid.
Ahmed. Okay. Rania and Sonia.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh my God.
And Yasin and Bryn, okay? Okay, I'll leave you in very, very, very capable hands of Miss Ahmed. She is a graduate of the school and one of our best staff members here. So she will be looking after you guys when you are here. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, for those of you that didn't hear Mr. Kadri, I'm Mrs. Ahmed. I'm going to be your homeroom teacher, so I'm just going to be having chats with you throughout the experiment. Just a bit about me. I'm 5th generation Australian, so
What's that?
pretty Aussie.
Oh my days.
That means that my family has been in Australia for quite a few generations.
Oh.
Yes. I'm also the netball coach here. Anyone playing netball? Yes, awesome, well done. I like you already. Layla's one of my netballers as well.
What grade are you in?
9.
I'm a grade 10 though, but
But then you're more of the...
Yeah, you're more buff, you know? Do you go gym?
Yeah, you see,
How much
this is...
you bench?
64? No way.
squat like 83.
Shows your guns.
So tell me about the other people in your group. Oh wait, are we allowed to touch? Like,
No, it's fine, yeah.
The first class Sonia attends with Rania is art.
Make your branches light Yeah, do you like art at school?
No. If I was good, probably, but like, nah.
So I draw a bunch of these little faces in my book.
Oh wow, that's good.
I can't draw bodies for the heck of me.
Seriously, I can draw bodies but not heads.
We need to do a collaboration.
For sure.
There's a reason Rania doesn't draw heads. Portraits of human and animal faces are discouraged by some teachers at ICB, as Layla explains to her buddy, Eliza.
So like the Lion King, why are they in sunnies? Because like the one you did, you can't see the eyes on that either.
Yeah, so in our religion, Islam, we're not supposed to be drawing eyes, as it is seen as we're making a creation. We're creating something, but we believe only God, our God Allah, can do that.
Right.
So we refrain from drawing eyes, we draw something over it, just so it's not like we're creating something.
My first impression of Layla is she's a genuine person and that she's going to be really nice and not going to end up being one of those snobby people.
Just like the gender-segregated stairwells and tuck shop lines, boys and girls are expected to sit separately at recess.
Jack, what you got?
I've got a Vegemite scroll,
2 boy Aussie.
yeah.
I just bring some chips and like a bar, because I'm like really lazy. Oh my God, you bring a whole, like, do you prepare that? Like,
What do you have? On me?
Those samosas.
Oh, I love those samosas.
I have quiche.
Oh, yum. Is that bacon?
Yeah, it's a healthy quiche. My mom's a bit of a health freak, so she always makes sure that all our food is like, what? What's wrong? What's your issue?
Oh, is that bacon?
Oh, yeah, it's
No, not you, not you. A lot of us are like scared to go near it. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it around. And like, because like if we touch it, and then we touch our, lick our fingers or something like that.
Mandarin, banana.
I couldn't believe she didn't know we didn't eat pork or bacon, because that's like mostly like the first thing people know about Muslims.
You want to try some of my quiche?
No, don't say that. But I was like scared to smell it, because I feel like I'd get in trouble, like sins by smelling it. I was pretty scared and shocked, yeah.
halal food is basically what we're allowed to eat, and haram food is like foods we're not allowed to eat. One is probably eating pig, any kind of anything from a pig. Also, like before they kill that animal they're getting the meat from, they have to say like a sentence in Arabic, and we have to like make the process fast. Like it can't take long.
Like I have to be humane.
If you don't do it fast, then it's bad.
I wasn't listening. I was eating my Vegemite scroll.
Already, the students are finding ways to delve deeper into each other's lives.
Never have I ever smoked. I haven't. Smoked like a cigarette. Not a cigarette, no. Never have I ever had alcohol.
I ate a hand sanitizer though.
Same. Never have I ever done something that I've like really regretted.
I regret being with some of my exes.
There's differences between me and Sonia. I mean, obviously there are some rules like with dating, the way we dress when we go out and stuff like that. But obviously in Islam, we're not allowed to date or anything like that.
I do have a boyfriend, his name is Bailey. Before we were dating, we were best friends for about a year. He is a very important part of my life. At Funny Grove, a lot of us have a diverse range of sexual identities and romantic identities.
Let's say a man comes up to you and says that he likes you. Would you like never talk to that guy again?
I'd be friends with them. Like, it's just chill.
In my personal opinion, I'm walking away. I'm not talking to that guy, like, ever again. Okay. I'm not a fan of LGBTQ.
I was brought up with the idea and the moral of like whoever you want. If it turns out to be a guy, then cool. If it turns out to be a girl, then cool. It doesn't matter who you like so long as you're happy.
LGBTQI rights are quite a hot topic. However, I don't think many or most parents have that conversations with their children in a way that gives them confidence to talk about it without compromising their faith and without being disrespectful to other people. I'm more worried about the parents actually not being able to handle differences or talk about them. And that may push them further into their silo.
It's a few days into the school swap, and already there's disquiet at ICB.
I'm going to say something that's a bit out there. What does it mean? I do have concerns. The students might be too distracted and disturbed from their studies. Yasani, you awake, my darling?
Ali's also feeling the pressure from parents who fear the school swap could undermine Islamic values.
Look, I've heard that the kids were talking about dating and other things. But I can assure you there's nothing to be worried about. This is Australia.
Already, the experiment is proving a lightning rod for his critics.
CEO of Islamic College of Brisbane is behaving in a completely un-Islamic way. We as parents have had enough of this bully and his my way or the highway attitude. Now ICB's Donald Trump is Mr. Ali Qadri. Enough now. When you have a cancer in your body, you treat the cancer first. We are working on eliminating the cancer. So here you go. Un-Islamic Donald Trump cancer. These are the 3 words I get out of it. It's very easy when you're under attack to hide under a rock and become insular. But that's a wrong thing to do. I think the best thing is to come out in the front.
Ali's encouraging the school swap students to speak their minds. And already, the questions are becoming more personal.
Am I right to ask if you have hair under your hijab?
I do. This is a bun, but my hair is tied up and I do have hair.
Today, in the homeroom, the focus is on religion.
Jack, you just say that you're a devout Christian?
Yep.
Yep, cool. And you attend church?
Yeah, I do go to church. Like those special events, I normally go.
I'm fully Christian and we do go to church on like Easter and Christmas, but I'm not like fully a believer in all the stories like Adam and Eve. It's got to come from somewhere like scientific.
I want to become like a bit more religious, like keep up with my prayers and like read more Quran. It like helps me find peace and stuff. Like whenever I'm stressed and stuff, like I read Quran or make dua and it like really helps.
As a Muslim and an Arabic speaker myself, I understand some words from the Quran, and what I know is that we have to pray 5 times a day, and the last day is called the Day of Judgment, and the world is just going to disappear. The sky's going to crack in half, and everyone's going to be scared on that day. Everyone's going to die. They're going to go and they're going to be judged, and then they decide if they go to heaven or hell.
When is that? Can I like mark it in my calendars?
No. When it happens, there's like a trumpet.
So you don't know what it is, but it's just going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm atheist.
Okay.
What does that mean? Like, does that
It
mean?
means I don't believe in anything. When you die, you don't realize that you die because there's nothing left. So it turns black and then, well, you don't know that you're dead. So there's nothing to worry about.
Oh, I'm scared.
Why? There's nothing to be scared about. There's no point being scared of something that you don't realize is happening.
If you're atheist, you just want a death.
No, it's not that you want to. That's nihilist.
No, when you're dead, it's just black.
It just means
There's no consequence.
The ICB timetable is built around the Islamic requirement of prayer, with midday prayers an important focus of the day. Before every lunchtime, the students all congregate in the school's prayer hall. These prayers are always preceded by ablutions called wudu.
So you have your intention that I'm going to make wudu to pray, and then you say a dua, which is Bismillah, alhamdulillah. Okay, cool. So should we do that now? Before? Do you want to do it? Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. So you rinse your hands 3 times, like everywhere, just like this. Yeah. And then you're going to rinse your mouth 3 times. And then next is your face 3 times as well. Yep, that's good. And then your arms up to your elbows. All right, and then next you want to rinse your hair. So you just let go, and then you go over to your head like that. Yep, and then your ears, so with your pinky. Yep, that's perfect. And then after that is actually your feet. All right, so now we're done. We can go pray now.
This is the first time the visitors have ever been in an Islamic prayer hall, and they're clearly unsure of what to do.
What do we do? Mate, show us.
He's gonna sit there and watch.
Okay.
Literally just like he is.
Okay, I see. Okay, thank you.
While Isaac's a fish out of water, his buddy is completely in his element. Ahmed is religiously very devout. He's already memorised the Islamic holy book, the Quran, and every morning before school, he spends 2 hours reciting verses.
The Quran is basically like the manual to life for Muslims, right? So memorizing it, it's like a holy thing. You're basically protecting the Quran in your heart now. Even if all the Quran in the world were banned, you still have that one Quran in your heart.
Ahmed has always been very, very subdued and cocooned a little bit.
He's a very charming child. He's my middle one, so he knows what to do and what not to do. Very easy to talk to. He is a very good friend, a very fierce friend, very loyal, and knows how to keep secrets.
While the visitors get their first taste of Islamic prayers, it's come to Ahmed's attention that Isaac isn't dressed properly for the occasion.
Pull your socks up a bit more. In prayer, he had his socks under his knees and he was wearing shorts, so his knees were showing. And in Islam, you need to have from your belly button to your knees covered to be praying, and his knees were showing. So I asked him if he can pull his socks up to cover it up.
Quietly, all of you stand up. Sometimes in trying to educate others in our values, we may come across as rude or abrupt. And that is a concern I have with some of our students. And that is something which they have to learn how not to do.
I have never prayed before. I've never even thought about it, but I've meditated before. And it was really nice just sort of being in the room with them and having that unity of everyone doing something together at the same time and doing the same thing. And it felt really together.
Oh, it was like a very serious vibe. Like, no, it wasn't playing around. It was more like you're not doing anything else but pray.
The main cultural difference that I've noticed is the major gender divide. Girls and boys have to be in different places at different times. They're separated during prayer, and it's a bit confronting.
Boys, you can leave.
The students here take up to 4 Islamic scripture classes a week, led by religious leaders, or imams. Ali's arranged for the school swap students to take their classes with Imam Uzair of the Holland Park Mosque.
We can make a semicircle or wherever you feel comfortable. How are you?
Imam Uzair is one of the most respected authorities on Islam in Australia.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the Islamic greeting, and basically it translates to peace be upon you. Now, do you like camping?
Like going camping?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it, all right. So I would like you to visualize Islam like a tent. You got a pole in the middle. So if you take out the pole, the tent's going to come to the ground. So the most important thing is the pole. The creed of faith, believing that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the final messenger, and believing in one God. We prefer to use the word Allah because Allah, the word, is free from gender. And then there are 4 pegs. The first peg is the 5 daily prayers. That's very good for the spiritual appetite. The second peg is the fasting in the month of Ramadan. The third peg is giving of charity. The fourth peg is the pilgrimage. Once you've got these pegs into the ground, you got the pole in the middle, believing in one Allah and believing in Prophet Muhammad, your Islamic tent is standing.
It's now question time. No subject is off limits.
All right, let's see what all this is. All right, why are women expected to be modest? So it's not only women. There is a attire of modesty for men as well. That men and women, they dress themselves in such a way that the opposite gender do not look at them as a sex symbol. Why is there such a big separation between boys and girls? In the prayer, we do separate the boys and the girls. So what Allah has said is that if there is a girl standing beside a boy, there's a possibility that the devil may come and say, look to your right, whilst that person is speaking to Allah. To avoid this, we create an environment that is more conducive to a dialogue with the Creator that cannot be broken by external factors.
Is it not allowed to have any interactions with the other gender or marry or do anything with the other gender? Like male and male, it's like not allowed at all, right?
In the Islamic teaching, to have a sexual relationship with the same gender is not accepted.
And what's the reason for that?
Sexual relationship between two people has to be of some benefit. The benefit is procreation, children. But everyone can be forgiven. There is no sin that is greater than the mercy of Allah Almighty. It doesn't matter what the sin is, it can be forgiven.
I am a strong supporter of the LGBTQ+ community, and the Islamic tradition in religion in general is quite homophobic. It's quite derogatory. Sexual relations and marital relations between two of the same gender are strictly forbidden. It is a very high-level sin, and that really disagrees with me and what I believe in.
Like Sonia, Bryn is a supporter of LGBTQI+ rights, and open discussions about sexuality are part of family life.
I think we're a very inclusive family. Like, my mother herself is bisexual and my father is deciding he thinks some guys are hot.
Bryn, he's a fiercely independent, fiercely stand up for others, stand up for himself kind of kid, mixed with a really nice blend of genuine caring. So as an only child, obviously he has taken a lot more responsibility. He is treated much more maturely than a lot of other kids are. We're just trying to get him to be a well-rounded individual who is free enough and confident enough to have his own say about how he wants to live his life.
All right, mate. How was your day? That was a big one.
It was good.
Yeah?
But when it's like outside of the classrooms, it's really divided. Like, you won't see guys talking to a group of girls or vice versa. I'd rather it be less separated.
You said you met the Imam.
Imam is there. He's pretty cool. He was really open about literally anything we could ask.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit frustrating and like a bit like the Christian religion where like parts of it contradict itself. Like, one of the questions was like, does the Muslim faith accept like LGBTQI people, like trans people and gay and bi people and all that? And Imam Israel was saying how like, no, it doesn't. But then later on was saying how every sin is forgivable by Allah and His mercy is greater than any conceivable sin.
Yep.
So if you just ask for forgiveness, He will give it to you.
And back at his home, Isaac is also sharing what he's seen and heard with his parents.
School swap's very interesting. I prayed in the prayer hall today, which was a great experience.
Yeah, that's good.
We had to bow and kneel down.
Great.
And yeah, it was very interesting.
Full experience.
That's right.
My family are very strong Catholics, so I have a lot of respect for that aspect of religion that gives so much warmth and comfort and hope to people in their times of need.
My mum and dad are very active in the church, and the friends that I had growing up were essentially all from the Catholic Church and around our church groups.
From my understanding, they prefer not to represent Allah as a form. They say He's formless, He's genderless, and He's a higher power.
Not He.
And
Allah, yeah.
And something that I struggle to believe a bit about Christianity is that the creator of the universe is depicted as human almost in the Bible, and God's depicted as a higher male and Jesus is his son. And I like that the higher power doesn't have a form, and I can believe that more. I actually think I would prefer Islamics to Christians because I like the discipline. I like it as a religion. Okay. Christianity's great as well, but I actually like Islam.
No, I think it's wonderful to appreciate the beauty and the logic in other ways of thinking. I'm just wondering how your great-grandparents would feel if they thought you were converting to Islam.
Week 2 of the school swap. and bonds are beginning to form between some of the students.
It's definitely fun to do new things, making new friends, showing Eliza around the school. But what's most important is that she feels comfortable in our school, which is what I'm trying to aim for. It is hard for me to socialise, but I'm trying my best, I guess. But I have to try harder.
For others, it's not quite as easy.
I reckon Ahmed and I have got a bit more of a connection to build. It's all right, Ahmed's a chill person, but compared to the girls, how they seem to be getting along, I think Ahmed and I have a bit of a way to go.
Jack is also still coming to terms with his buddy, Sharif.
Sharif, go and wudu.
Sharif is not what I expected. He's not shy at all. Today was pretty interesting. There was 2 fights that happened in class.
Sharif comes across as a troublemaker, but he comes from a difficult background. I think he gets disruptive when he's not engaged. So if he gets engaged in this experiment, I think it will bring the best out of Sharif.
Sharif's mum, Violet, is a single parent. She relies on Sharif to help care for his youngest brother, who is visually impaired.
Sharif is amazing. He's my first son, so he's my everything, and I love him so much. He's hardworking, and he is a caring boy. We really share almost everything. I don't have any family, so I see Sharif like the best person I have in my life because he is my family, he is my son, he is just my everything.
It's important for me to help my mom since I'm the oldest. I have to maybe step up and show that I'm the man of the house and, in a way, to the little ones.
Today, Sharif has invited Jack over to his place for Saturday lunch.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to our home, Jack.
I plan to make lasagna.
Do you want to put on this one so you cannot mess up your clothes?
Oh, thank you. So where are you from?
We come from Africa, in Central Africa, the tiniest country called Burundi.
Yeah.
Have you heard Burundi before?
No.
Oh, that's a good.
You actually?
I love chili. Wait, Sharif, did you forget to put the meat in?
Oh, yeah. Damn. What is there to do at your school? Like things in your school that you wouldn't find in my school?
I was like, personally, I was like shocked of like the way you guys like treat like teachers and everything and like how less strict your school is.
Oh, yeah?
Like our school's very strict, like you can't talk back to a teacher at all or it's a Friday.
Oh, yeah, the Friday suspension you told me about.
Yeah.
10 minutes down the road, Rania is just starting her weekend shift at her dad's ice cream shop.
I was pretty young when he got it, and we were like dying. We're like, oh my God, we get free ice cream for life. And so yeah, still now, free ice cream for life. It's literally my biggest flex in life.
Although it's part of the ICB uniform, Rania doesn't wear a hijab when not at school.
Although I do wear modest clothing and stuff, it's just I don't cover my hair. Like saying, you know, I'm Muslim and I'm proud. It's not like I'm not proud because I don't wear a scarf, you know?
Not even kidding. I've had so much ice cream in my life. I probably have like ice cream in my blood. Am I connected to my heritage? Absolutely. I just feel like sometimes we get stereotyped when we're out in public.
Joe, thank you. You're welcome.
At the end of her shift, Rania heads over to Amna's house for a get-together with her and their buddies, Sonia and Martina.
I'm actually quite excited because actually I haven't had non-Muslims come to my house before.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Oh, they're so, that one's a little bit dazzled. What are these?
This is our traditional clothes, and you guys can try these on if you want.
Oh wow, okay.
I think you should try this one.
Yeah, that one looks pretty. This feels like a scene like in a Disney movie where you've the main character puts on the ball gown or something.
Drum roll.
Sonia. Oh, wow.
They're so pretty.
So good.
Damn.
I used to wear those in like public, but like I stopped doing that. And people just judge you for like wearing stuff like that.
What were they saying?
It's like they give you the nasty looks, you know, like
the side eye look.
Yeah,
It's a side eyes.
Yeah.
So you wear hijabs with these, right?
Yeah.
Would I be able to try one on?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So, Rania, you're not covered, right? Like you don't wear hijabs in public and in events like these?
Yeah, I don't.
Is there a reason for that? Well, I mean, was that a choice that you made yourself?
Yeah. My family, they're not like, oh, when you hit puberty, you should be covered. My mum's not covered either. It's just like a preference. It's like a big commitment to wear a hijab every time you're in public, every time a man comes over.
I have seen Amna without her hijab because I'm a girl, and I just see it's normal now. Like, I don't think anything of it anymore.
So even if you're not like a covered Muslim, you still have to like cover. Yeah.
During prayers?
Yeah.
But why? What's the reason for that?
It's just what it is.
Oh.
Sonia has a lot of questions in it, like a lot. She's just so curious, which is like really good. But at the same time, it's like a lot of pressure for us. Like, we need to know the answer for each question.
How come you guys don't have a table?
We do have a table, but
It's so the Prophet, he used to eat on the floor, so it's like sunnah, so it's good to eat on the floor.
Is there a reason why Prophet Muhammad used to eat on the floor?
Baba,
Yes,
do you know the reason why Prophet Muhammad used to sit down on the floor and eat?
1400 years ago, there were not many tables and all that stuff, not in every household. So he used to sit on the ground, and then his followers and us, because he did something, and we respect that, and we just try to follow in every step what he did. Kids did have actually that anxiety that they are representing Islam to the wider Australian community, and if they say or if they behave anything wrong, it will actually be detrimental to themselves and their families.
It is a small country, or like how big is Pakistan?
The population of Pakistan is 220 million.
Wow.
So the whole population of Australia actually lives in one
like
city of
26.
Pakistan.
Wow, that's Hi, Mom.
Hi, that looks so good.
This is the full outfit.
It suits her.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it suits you too.
I'm a Muslim now.
I'm actually a little bit nervous that Sonia might question her own upbringing during this because she hasn't grown up with a religious background. I just worry that she is susceptible to spiritual messaging because she has not had that before in her life.
The ICB students study the Australian curriculum, and Ali is keen to expand the subjects on offer. But one subject he hasn't been able to introduce here is music.
Does everyone listen to music?
Yeah. One day does not go by when I'm not listening to music.
Okay, right. What, Layla?
I listen to K-pop.
K-pop?
Yeah, it's very much incorporated into my life. It's very everywhere, very much, yeah.
Are we more R&B, blues, K-pop?
Blues? No.
Indie. Metal,
Drill.
like music. Death metal, heavy metal, heavy rock.
Rap, drill,
I like rap as well.
So you like rap?
Yeah. Central C, but like, yeah, other rappers as well.
No specific.
And my playlist has influenced a lot of people. You know, it's a big influence. It's got like 10 likes on Spotify, so it's pretty big flag.
Okay, 10 likes, cool. ICB students, do we think that music should be something that is taught in ICB? Because obviously all other schools have music.
No.
It's way too addictive.
It's like a hobby. It's not like really like a subject we might use it, but it's like more of a hobby.
Music's not like a huge influence in our lives.
It's a distraction.
If you make it a subject, you're basically encouraging a sin, because either way, it's not something that should be in an Islamic school.
Isaac's baffled that students who enjoy listening to music don't want to learn it.
It's a bit of a sin. Is that true, or?
We believe that music kind of takes you away from practicing your religion.
So like instruments or like Spotify?
You can do natural instruments, but things like R&B and hip hop and all that stuff, yeah.
Music's in my family a lot, and I just can't imagine a world without it. Play piano and clarinet mainly, however I can dabble in other instruments. My favourite genre of music is by far the 80s and the songs from that period, such as Queen and Michael Jackson and all of those rock stars from the time.
So there are no music classes here whatsoever or programs, okay.
Yeah, no, we did look at adding a music class a few years ago, but it got stopped in its tracks. How do you feel about that, Isaac?
Well, I mean, obviously you do what you want to do. That's fine. I'll do me.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't really mind. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not going here, so yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
But it's something Isaac's determined to pursue at the next religious class.
Sorry, excuse me. Why isn't music really allowed?
Music that is played with lyrics that incite the carnal desires, that is forbidden. There has been music with certain instruments that has been accepted by scholars, as long as the lyrics allow a person to build from inside spiritually. Second reason why music in essence is forbidden is we don't want to spend time on something that is not very productive. It is more of a waste of time and it is addictive. Any other questions? No?
While Isaac struggles to understand Islamic attitudes to music, Ali is determined to find a way to include music in the ICB curriculum. But he knows many in the school community believe it's a bridge too far.
As far as the music is concerned, most of the Muslims know that it's okay to use drums, it's okay to use vocals, it's okay to sing. There's no problem in it. Unfortunately, there are some people who think that this would be a stepping stone towards something haram. And that leap is what scares the people. And people come out and say, oh, it's the beginning of the end. If it was such a horrible thing, my only question is, why does every single Islamic civilization, Islamic country in the world has some form of music?
So far, in the experiment, the students have encountered differences regarding religion, art, gender segregation, LGBTQI+ issues, home life, and music. They've also had to navigate each other.
Things I have in common with Sonia. We both like to talk, I guess, debate, but I don't know, there's not as many as I thought there would be. Like, she'd rather, do some math homework during morning tea, whereas I'd rather be playing futsal.
While the students are confronting their differences, Ali wants his swap experiment to include their families and community. So, he's invited all the school swap families to Friday prayers at the local mosque, a weekly ritual for many Muslims.
Mosque is quite central to the life of Muslims. Here we are, so we're in the main prayer hall, and it's no different to any other community center. And I wanted them to see that firsthand. That's the dome and the chandelier. And these are the verses of Quran.
Am I allowed to take some photos?
Yes, you are.
This is so beautiful.
While the men all pray in the main hall, the women have their own prayer rooms downstairs.
So you get to stay up here, Joe. I'm going downstairs with the girls. You have to do manly things with the men. Manly prayers. We shall just do some feminine prayers.
Divine feminine prayer.
There is gender segregation, but that does not mean it's disrespectful or unequal.
This is so much smaller.
I think both genders are equally respected and valued at the mosque.
My beautiful family. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah Almighty, last week we were discussing verse 260 of Surah Al-Baqarah. Carnal desires, control it. Have shame when it comes to Allah. Try to control your mind and the thoughts. Try to look at everyone as your sister, your mother, your daughter, as your father, as your brother, as your son. And if this is not working, then get ready for fasting. The intensity of your carnal desires will determine how many days you need to fast. Alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar.
One thing that I didn't expect is like the girls' prayer rooms is on like an entirely different level.
I really struggled with that today. I had to bite my tongue because I did not want to offend anyone, because I so much believe in men and women being equal roles in the family, with their family. And so for one to be up here and one to be down there, that was so different for me.
I guess we don't really believe that gender like matters all that much, and it's more about the actual person. But at the end of the day, like, it's a different culture, and since this religion obviously is quite old and it has been around for thousands of years, and like each gender having different roles is a very traditional value.
Yeah, but I think it is very old-fashioned, and I don't think that it's a religion that has necessarily, in my eyes, progressed with the times.
The thing is, I don't think they perceive it as that. I don't think either parties perceive it as that. In their eyes, it's what is morally correct. It is what is right. When for us, that is the exact opposite.
I had never seen any of that segregation or any of that gender difference before. So for me, that was the big culture shock, is because, as you said, you've seen little bits and pieces and you've kind of become accustomed to it. Whereas for me, it was completely out of my place. But I don't think really it would have mattered whether I was at a mosque or whether I was at a church, because it's not where my belief system is. I get just as much sense of community from going to the gym every day.
That's because the gym is your religion. Worshipping the dumbbells.
The first 3 weeks of Ali's school swap at ICB are over. The next 3 weeks of his experiment will see his ICB students spend time in their buddy schools. And it's a huge leap into the unknown for the students and their families.
The parents are reluctant to let their children go out into the world. They're afraid that something may happen to them. They're probably concerned that they may not follow their prayers, that they might have to eat halal food. I think they're also very scared about gender mixing.
To prepare his students, Ali brings them together at lunchtime, and they're nervous.
This will be a very different experience. One, you're crossing the river.
Yeah.
And now, the biggest challenge is, obviously, you know, as Muslims, we believe we are right?
Yeah.
In our faith and our beliefs. But that's our truth. The non-Muslims you're going to see there are going to think that we are wrong and they are right. Why? Right? Now, they would have their reasons.
They think science, yeah.
That would be their truth.
Yeah.
And this is our truth. This is going to be a very good experiment, inshallah. Very good for your futures. And remember, you're still learning. It's okay to be wrong. You don't learn by asking right question. You learn by asking wrong questions.
I'm nervous. From what I've heard, the school is quite different to ours. There's like gay people and like apparently lesbian people at the school and like bi people.
I'm kind of scared that people might judge me because like I'm gonna be like going to a full Christian school, so there might be some girls that just hate me because I'm Muslim. But I hope there isn't.
I feel like I'll be nervous when they're going to start prayer. So then I'll just like maybe just stand there, clueless.
I want to be seen as me and not my hijab. So I want, when someone looks at me, they think of me as a person, not a scary terrorist or something like that.
Next time, it's the ICB students' turn to find themselves a long way from home as they immerse themselves in very different schools and families.
If I can help it, I'd rather not go on the other side of the river.
Do you think there'll be some punishments here?
Yeah.
There's this girl and she asked Martina if I speak English.
This has been the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
We drank.
They pray.
I got the weirdest stares. They were just like,